today is the day I start to dismantle and recycling some of these pig arks and also the stock fencing around Nutwood. I'm just going to do a little bit each day, so it's going to take a number of weeks. I've got plenty of other jobs to do this time of year. It's now the beginning of autumn, plenty of jobs to do at home and still here on the small holding. So I shall do this, carry on with this task, but do just a little bit each day. Today is just about what I would call clearing the pitch. There's with the area where I'm going to be working, and there are some brambles and some nettles around these arks, and I just want to get them cleared. Sharon would say stop being a wuss and just get on with it, so I'm just going to get on with it. Sharon will be happy now. Some people might say, why didn't you use a strimmer or something of that nature? Yeah, I could, but I prefer to use manual tools. I do a fair bit of cutting back this time of year, and I like the trusted shears and maloppers. Difficult to get a good pair of shears nowadays, one that you can sharpen the blade. But I was given a tip: go to some car boot sales and look for some of the older tools. They're a better steel and easier and better to sharpen. So I will do that, given that I have the opportunity or the time, and that's what I'm going to do. But I think strimmers also, the other thing strimmers do, they kill an awful lot of wildlife. I have used them years and years ago, and I noticed at certain times of the year you'd get some newts or some frogs or toads, and I hated that. So I just don't use strimmers ever. It's always a hand tool. I have more control, more physical, takes a bit longer, but hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm quite happy, especially as I'm now going to get some chips. So this one will be going as well. As she likes the shelter in there, I'll straw that up in the winter. Pitch cleared, so we're ready to start to dismantle these pig arks, make a start over the next few days. Home treat day, chips and cheese onion sandwiches, hey!
chance if it's worth your while. 'Cause I wanna be the one that you need. Lay you down in a field of dreams. Feel like the sun bursting at the seams. Yeah, I wanna know how to give you the world. You have a way with me. You have a way with me. You have a way with me. You have a way.
Getting there, little each day. And we've made a start on the recycling pile. One down, 3 to go.
Tell me, do the seasons change? In your mind, coming in with the rain. Tell me, does it feel like home? Let it in, let it go on now. Pull it close to give it up somehow. Tell me, do you stay the same? If you could just see me now, would you believe it now? Cause I can start spilling over. I'm coming clean in the water. You were just holding out for everything you got now. Come close, you can lean on my shoulder. We're coming clean in the water. Tell me, does it like it low when you're left with the world all alone? Tell me, does the time slow down? Let it in, let it go on now. Feel it change to what it's all about. Tell me, does it all slow down? If you could just see me now, you would believe it now.
Oh well, it's a start made on the second arc. Continue tomorrow.
I'm coming clean in the water. You were just holding out. I think that you're good now. Go dive in and take back your power. We're coming clean in the water. We're gonna take back our power.
2 down, 2 to go. This is the next one. We used to keep large black pigs here. They are a docile, hardy breed, and ideal for keeping outdoors. Their black skin means they don't get sunburnt, so they're great to keep outdoors, no problem whatsoever. The large black pig breed itself is believed originated from 16th century Old English hogs. Some say that the large black pig breed may have also been influenced by Chinese pigs, which were brought to England in the late 1800s. One story says that the large black pig breed originated when 2 boatloads of black pigs from China docked in Cornwall and East Anglia in the 18th century and were bred with local pigs. The boars can go up to 350 kilo, and Slasher, our boar was certainly close to that, and the sows can go up to 300 kilo. The adult breeding pigs that we used to have here was Slasher, as I just mentioned, the boar, and we used to have three sows, Daphne, Lucky and Minnie. We kept them in 5 paddocks here, stock fencing with electrics around the perimeter. 2 we used to house Slasher and the sows and for breeding. The other 3 were there to raise the porkers. The fencing kept the pigs in but couldn't keep Goaty out. We obviously had water troughs in all the paddocks, but plus we installed wallow troughs, which allowed the pigs to bath and overspill the water and create their own mud wallows next to them. The gestation period for pigs is easy to remember. It's 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days. The piglets were usually weaned after 3 weeks when they were separated and housed in same-sex only paddocks. We occasionally brought the sows home to farrow, otherwise we made pens in the barn. We bred on average about 40 a year. They were bred for breeding stock for other smallholders and as porkers to be raised for meat by us and other smallholders. We used to raise them to at least 1 year old. They always saw all 4 seasons, unlike commercial pigs, on average only go to about 5 or 6 months old. We used to take the porkers when ready to the abattoir ourselves and pick up the finished pigs from the local butchers, subsequently supplying ourselves and local people with pork. Large blacks made, in our opinion, unrivaled sausages. I never witnessed any stress in our pigs. When they were busy at the abattoir, we used to walk the pigs down to their straw pen ourselves, and they would lay down and make themselves comfortable, chilled and relaxed. When we first started to keep pigs, we bought in 4 large blacks, 4 boys, and we reared them at home. In fact, we got this plastic pig ark for them. It's obviously now used by Goaty, but at the time it was used by our first 4 large black pigs. They got to the time when they had to go, and at the time I never had a trailer and I used to work away a fair bit then. So it was left for Sharon and these 2 chaps who we knew, who turned up with a trailer to get the pigs loaded and to take them off for our first freezer full of pork. But when it came to it, Sharon didn't want to let them go, and I understand why. It's the first time and she didn't want them to go. So the chaps sort of convinced her to say, well, okay, look, keep 1 and let the other 3 go, and you've come to a happy medium. So Sharon said okay, so she picked 1 out, and the other 3 went, and that was it. We decided to keep 1 pig, and we kept him for a while, and he got bigger and bigger, and he used to have some fencing at home, but it was no barbed wire. But pigs, when they hit a bit of fencing, sometimes instead of just backing off, they'll go straight through. And this pig, he got his ear caught on a bit of wire at the top, bit of straightening wire I guess, or some stock fencing joints. Instead of backing off, he was big enough then, he just went straight through the fence, and the bit of wire tore through his ear. And so it didn't hit any main arteries in the ear or anything of that nature, and it soon healed, and there wasn't too much blood. But it always left a bit of this ear on the side dangling. And so we used to call him Piggy-O, but it soon went from Piggy-O to Slasher, you guessed it, because he's got this bit that on the side of his ear that he's slashed. So that's the story of how Slasher came about. Started off going to be raised as pork, couldn't let him go, kept him. Then we went off and we bought 3 girls for him, and then we just started breeding. The rest is history. But that's the beginning of Slasher, the legend. Slasher also serviced a number of smallholder sows. He was always also placed at the Rural Life Museum to service their sow for a period of time. He was a big boar, but he was always easier to handle than the sows. We never slaughtered our breeding stock. Instead, they were taken out of production and allowed to graze or root out their days. All reached about 10 years of age plus. Minnie was the last to pass in 2021, making her just over 11 years old. I remember when one of the young porkers had a prolapse, and we called the vet. The vet that came out at the time was the wife, and still is the wife of Chris, the guy who supplies us with hay, who you saw that the video recently, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, called Hay Wayne for Willow. Well, his wife anyway, Lorraine, she's a vet, and a great vet at that, and she came out, and we managed to get this in a paddock full of pigs. We managed to get this one porker, this girl, into one of the pig arks. I blocked the entrance from inside. I blocked it so she couldn't get out, and held up the piece of wood I was using at the time to stop any other pigs getting in. And while I was doing that, Lorraine was busy on her hands and knees crawling around inside the ark, trying to get this pig and give it the injection to give it some painkiller before she could address the prolapse. That was quite it was a surreal half an hour with Lorraine and myself scrapping around in this pig ark, trying to sort out this pig and keep all the other pigs out. To be fair, Lorraine did it. She did a grand job and sorted that pig out, and that was a bloody good job, Lorraine, I have to say. Well done to you. But eventually we came out of there hot and bothered, and the pig ended up running around, was quite happy and no problems whatsoever. But again, thanks very much, Lorraine. I do remember that. That was a difficult job done well, under very trying circumstances.
I got more than just words. I got more than just words. You bring me songs sweet like the bird.
We look back at our time raising pigs as happy days, and we have very fond memories of them. They were great to look after, and all had individual characters. But it's time to hand back this small area of the plot to nature.
I got peace in my mind. I got peace in my mind, knowing that we've got the ties that bind.
There's no method to dismantling these pig arks. It's just what looks the right bit to attack at the time. I usually go for the frame, take the nails and screws at the frame, then start on the tin sheets for the roof, and then just take it from there really. And I'll take one sheet off, and then I'll start to work on the wood, then another sheet, then the wood, and so on. And as I get the wood off, I'll take the nails and screws out as I go. But that's a simple process really. Some of the wood is rotten, most of it is not that good, but you do get one or two bits which are hard, and that makes it difficult to get the bolts out. But hey, I've got some chisels and we'll get there. Man down. What I have noticed, so all these nails, this is only a few, mostly from this ark, just a couple from the other one yesterday, but I got another tin full, and some of them are quite good. So what I will do is I will recycle some of these and keep these for myself before I start to put them out to the chap for the metal. So there's some in here that's not too bad, and some that with the vice could be quite easily straightened. And these nails are good quality. There's a hardness about them which you don't really get nowadays. Well, that's what I find. Third pig ark to be dismantled. We're made a start, and this is the end of our effort on day 1. Day 7 since we started dismantling the pig arks. Day 2 of pig ark 3. This is almost left, so I'll clear that up tomorrow. Not too bad, getting there. Day 3, pig ark 3. Three down, 1 to go. That is the next and last. Morning. A little bit wet.
There's a line from me to you, and it goes back in time to before.
Rain stopped play, so I had to put the camera away. But got a little bit done. Got one of the sheets off, one of the metal frames around the back off. So we'll continue with this tomorrow. This is what's left of the last one, pig ark 4. I've managed to drag some of it out from under the trees, so we'll just get on with it now.
Holding us together. My home is not a house, it's the place where you are found. I'm choosing you instead of everything I left behind. You were mine before the start of time. You were mine before opened eyes. You are mine. I am yours all over my
This is how the recycling pile has ended up. I'll be back over this afternoon or sometime tomorrow with a trailer just to move all this to a holding area. I've still got to take the fencing up, the stock fencing round Nutwood, so I'll get that down and put with this metal before I call the chap, so it saves them having to do 2 trips.
I first met you. Tell me you remember. Tell me you remember.
One down, 3 to go. 2 down, 2 to go. 3 down, 1 to go. 4 down, job done.
From the start of the night, I first met